The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami killed 227,898 people across 14 countries in a single morning. On one beach in Phuket, Thailand, every single person walked away alive. The difference between that beach and the ones where thousands died was a 10-year-old girl from England who had attended a geography class 2 weeks earlier. What she knew and what she did in the 12 minutes before the wave hit is the clearest demonstration available of the single principle that determines whether people survive natural disasters. It has nothing to do with strength, luck, or resources. It is the morning of December 26th, 2004. Tilly is 10 years old and on holiday with her family at a beach resort on the northwest coast of Phuket. It is early. The sky is clear. The sand is white. The Smith family walks along Mai Khao Beach before breakfast. Father Colin, Mother Penny, 7-year-old sister Holly, and Tilly. Then Tilly sees the water. The sea is not moving correctly. Instead of coming in and going out, it is only coming in. The surface near the shore is covered in white foam and small bubbles, fizzing like the surface of a frying pan. 2 weeks earlier, in her Year 6 geography class at Danes Hill School in Surrey, her teacher Andrew Kearney showed a video about a tsunami that had struck Hawaii in 1946. He described what the sea looks like in the minutes before a wave arrives. Tilly tells her parents there is going to be a tsunami. Her mother does not believe her. Tilly starts running toward the hotel, turns back, and tells her mother that if she does not come, she will not survive. Her father listens. He tells the security guard at the JW Marriott. The security guard clears the beach. Everyone reaches higher ground. The wave arrives. It is 9 meters tall. It reaches the second floor of the hotel. Mai Khao Beach reports 0 fatalities. It is one of the only beaches on Phuket with no deaths. Elsewhere on the island, thousands are killed. We will come back to what happened to Tilly afterward. First, you need to understand what her geography lesson actually contained and why it applied equally to every natural disaster on Earth. The core finding from decades of disaster research by FEMA, the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, and the World Health Organization is consistent. The single variable that most reliably separates survivors from fatalities in any natural disaster is prior knowledge of what the specific threat looks like before it reaches full force. Not strength, not proximity to help. Prior knowledge. The warning signs of a tsunami, an earthquake, a tornado, a flash flood, and a wildfire are all observable before those events become unsurvivable. The problem is that most people do not know what to observe. For tsunamis, the warning signs are exactly what Tilly Smith saw. The sudden recession of water away from the shoreline exposing the seafloor, followed by frothing or boiling of the remaining water. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center estimates that the window between visible warning signs and wave arrival is typically 2 to 20 minutes, depending on the epicenter location. That window has been enough to save thousands of lives in documented evacuations. It is not enough if you do not know what you are looking at. For tornadoes, the warning signs include a greenish tint to the sky, a roaring sound similar to a freight train, and the visible formation of a rotating wall cloud at the base of a thunderstorm. The National Weather Service documents that the average warning time for a tornado in the United States is 13 minutes. 13 minutes is sufficient to reach shelter in most buildings if movement begins the moment the warning registers. For earthquakes, there is no visible warning before the shaking begins. The survival rule is therefore structural. The 3 most dangerous actions during an earthquake are running outside, standing in a doorway, which does not provide the protection the myth claims, and standing near windows. The drop, cover, and hold-on protocol recommended by the American Red Cross and supported by research from the USGS reduces fatality risk by keeping the body low, protected, and stationary until the shaking stops and falling objects have settled. For flash floods, the most dangerous mistake is attempting to drive through moving water. According to FEMA, just 6 inches of moving floodwater can knock a person off their feet. 12 inches of water can carry away a small vehicle. Nearly half of all flash flood deaths in the United States involve vehicles. The most counterintuitive survival fact about floods is that moving to a higher floor of a building is almost always safer than attempting to drive to higher ground. Now back to what happened to Tilly Smith after December 26, 2004. She appeared at the United Nations in November 2005. There she met former President Bill Clinton, who was serving as the United Nations envoy for tsunami recovery. Her teacher Andrew Kearney also spoke at the event. He said the lesson had been ordinary, just a class session with a video and some diagrams. He said that what Tilly demonstrated was that the power of education in the context of disaster was not theoretical. On that beach, it was the difference between life and death. In 2011, a magnitude 9.0 earthquake off the coast of northeastern Japan generated a tsunami that struck the Tohoku region, with waves reaching 40 meters in height in some locations. Nearly 20,000 people died. However, the city of Kamaishi in Iwate Prefecture recorded a dramatically different outcome. The city had implemented a comprehensive disaster education program in its schools beginning in 2005, teaching children the specific warning signs, evacuation routes, and the rule of immediately moving to high ground when the earth shook. During the March 11th tsunami, virtually all of the enrolled children in Kamaishi survived. The program also influenced family behavior, because parents and community members who had received information through their children also evacuated. The documented survival rate among school children in Kamaishi reached approximately 99.8%. In Fukushima, Iwate, and Miyagi prefectures more broadly, over 99% of all tsunami deaths occurred within the coastal areas. Survival within those same areas correlated directly with whether individuals had prior knowledge of evacuation routes. Research from Tohoku University, following the disaster, found that people who evacuated immediately upon feeling the earthquake, without waiting for official warnings, had significantly better survival outcomes than those who first returned home, watched the news, or waited for others to move. This means that every year you spend in a place susceptible to a specific natural disaster, without knowing its warning signs, is a year in which the outcome of that disaster, if it occurs, depends almost entirely on chance. The warning signs for tsunamis, tornadoes, and floods are visible, specific, and learnable in under an hour. This also means that the most dangerous response to a natural disaster warning is the most natural one. Hesitation. The survivors of Kamaishi moved immediately when the earth shook. Tilly Smith ran toward the hotel before she had finished convincing her mother. In documented disaster events, the people who survived fastest were consistently the ones who did not wait for certainty before moving. On the morning of December 26, 2004, a geography teacher in Surrey, England, had no way of knowing that a class he had taught 2 weeks earlier would save 100 lives on a beach in Thailand. Andrew Kearney later said that of all the lessons he had taught, that one had never stood out to him as particularly memorable. It was a Tuesday in October. He showed a video. He described what foam on the water means. That was enough.